What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Pfispeed. The rehab project has been super interesting from the start of it, and finding all the stuff that was wrong with it, to tearing it down, finding more stuff wrong, to starting to come back and get this thing put back together correctly. As you guys saw, the engine bay got painted up and it's looking pretty sharp. I'm pretty stoked about that. This video is going to be Shawn working on all the interior. He found some spots on the floor that needed patched up, and then he went through and did all the safety stuff with the roll cage and everything else in this thing, and got it up to the point now where it's just about ready to go back to Cotterpin and have Cotterpin put the drivetrain back in it, and then we're gonna get back on the dyno. So let's go.
All right, guys, I actually started working on this little hole back here. It actually looked extremely bad a few minutes ago. Like, this was all pulled back here, this flap was rolled back this way, and this way, and this one this way. Someone got really lazy and did not want to drop a fuel tank to play with the fuel stuff, so they just started cutting sheet metal up. It's very sad, but I'm gonna do the best I can to tack them back together where it was cut, and then kind of hammer dolly it back to make it look as nice as possible. Oh, that's a start. So I got a few edges cleaned up. It's not perfect by any means, but my next step is bring the wire feed over here, and then I'll slowly like pull this up till that matches, like give those a couple tacks, and then push it down, get a couple more tacks, and keep doing that till I get it looking more like a harmonious single piece of metal again, and just keep working each crack like that until we get this thing restored to the best of the ability without getting a whole panel to replace it with. So, all right, guys, I got the welder drug over here, the awesome HTP Pro Pulse 200. Love this wire feed. I'd rather TIG, but when I need to wire feed, this thing kicks butt. Woo! Well, all right, let's give it a peek. So right now I got a bunch of spot welds holding all of them together. The metal's definitely a lot more in shape than it was. Definitely still needs a little more refining, a few more spot welds, a little grinding, but it's definitely becoming a fuel pump access hole again instead of a jagged volcanic explosion looking like. So heck yeah, Mr. Shane just got in and he hopped in and started helping me get on this dash so we can get it out and get this S2000 in and out of here. Yeah. Last night I got this bar built. This morning I notched it and it fits really nice in there. It's real tight. I don't know if you can see this, but that's only a 1/4 inch gap between the top and that, and it's actually against that, but these latches still are functionable. Oh, get it back on there. Still functionable, and I just had to trim these A-pillar caps just a fuzz because it is definitely tight to the actual sheet metal up here. And then my bars, I'm gonna keep it tight right here, down along this, down to here, and it's gonna bend down and hit my plates. So it's gonna be super tight to the body line since these cabins are very small. All right, guys, well, I'm getting ready to build these A-pillar bars, and I was looking through my pile. If I misbend a bar and it's pretty long, I usually hold on to it for a little bit because I always have like little bars to cut and, you know, make use of what pieces I can. Well, it so happens that this one was something I had attempted to do on the minivan and it didn't work for me, and now I'm going to reuse it here because it had this bend in it, which was just a couple degrees not enough, so I added 5 more degrees to that, and then it's going to get cut off somewhere up in here. But to make it go into the cage nicer, sometimes I just kick a little bend on it, but a lot of it don't matter because it's going to get cut off right, like somewhere right there. So it just helps me out on the notching and having enough material so I don't have a gap. Alright guys, so for a freaking piece of scrap material from an old project, I am pretty happy with the way this turned out right here. I mean, here's my finger. And that's pretty tight. And then down here, it's tight to the body, down to the plate. And like I said, I'll clean this up and I'll weld this and tack all that, and then take the plate with the bar down so I can weld the back sides, and then it's way easy to get a MIG welder in here instead of a helmet and a TIG torch. So get the easy welds done last, make the hard welds easier by moving it around. But yeah, and then this gap right here is still gonna get filled with what would be like the dome light and all the factory trim right there, so it'll all still be there. I'll just have to trim off just the outer edges just to clear the bar. Other than that though, it'll look pretty stock in here. It'll be pretty sweet. Just got done cleaning up all the joints, got them all the mill scale removed, so I have pretty welds. And yeah, let's take a look. So I got ratchet straps and, you know, extender poles holding me all in place. I notched the plastic up here to fit the roll cage because it actually touches the body. And yeah, so we're gonna start over there on that joint, weld it up, and hit the 2 upper halo joints as well. And then we'll come back over and get this A-pillar bar on. This one doesn't want to stay up by itself, so I just gotta hold it. And yeah, we'll get these all tacked. And then from there we can build the door bars and the down bars, seat belt bar, and the D bars. So let's keep rocking. All right, well, I just got all those tacks on all my plates and on my tube so far. So now it's actually a structure that's not coming back apart. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. I'm getting excited. It's in there super tight. Yeah, just like we like it. Just got done putting the seats in because I'm about to wrap it up for the night, but tomorrow I'm gonna do door bars, and I have a very little pocket to hit that back bar. It's this right here. Above it, it's a little too narrow, and down below it gets narrow again. And then when it, so pay attention, so that's right here in this curve of the seat, right below this hump. So on that side, then you can see a little bump where they have like the window open switch and all that comes out there. So it's gonna be a little tricky, but I will keep at it and make it as tight to that door panel as possible while it's fully closed. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty sleek. All right, guys, back on it again. Well, got the first door bar in here notched, bent, cleaned up. It's ready to weld. So I'm gonna go ahead, tack this one in, get it welded up, and then we'll do this other side. I am sweating because it is hot today. It is like 101 here, and I got the last door bar bent and all stitched on. So I got my main structure. I got Emilio over here. He just gave me a hand. We took the top off, which was super quick, and then got the cage loose. So as you can see now, we're actually separated out away from here, and we're getting ready to actually just pull this thing on out. All right, let's just go straight up. Emilio's carrying it over to the bench for me. Very nice of him.
It's a bolting kit.
Woo! It's actually pretty cool.
That makes it easier for you. Well, you made it easier for yourself.
I can get that main stuff all welded up and then put a couple coats of paint on these hard to get areas that are going to be behind the pillars, and then put it back in, and then I can weld the floor plates and get the last back bars, which the rest of this back here is easy to get with the top off. So just need to get these parts of the hoop painted after we get it welded. Now that I've got the cage in place, I'll go ahead and start by welding in the plates. So this one is sitting the prettiest at the moment. So I'm gonna start with that one, and then I'll work my way around, and I even will probably bust out the porta power just to push the plates around a little bit and get them exactly where I want. Whew! I am hot, but I am kicking some butt. So I just got done fitting the dash to the roll bar. I'm pretty happy with it. It's coming together. All my floor plates are 100% welded. For these four corners, I still have to do the down bars, and then I still have to do a seat belt bar and the diagonal bars. So got a couple bars left to do, but those are all easy to get to. You know, they're not down in the little wheel well holes of areas. So yeah, I got the hard stuff done. So gonna keep on trucking. Hope you guys like the progress that I've made on it so far. And yeah, it's coming together really nice. And I hope everyone enjoys as much as I sure am. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm back on the S2000, and I have the down bars and the seat belt bar notched and fitted, and I got a couple tacks on them. And then I still have the diagonal bars to build that come from the corners here down to the tunnel. So got two of those to make up real quick, and then we can get this stuff all final welded in. And then that's actually the whole cage welded up. I still have a couple brackets to add to the cage though. I have some, you know, the little hoop for the seat belts so they don't slide, seat mount, and then because it's a hard top off of like right here on the insides, I'm gonna have a couple plates that goes into the mounts of the hard top on both sides. So
How easy does that come out still or no?
the dashboard, yes. The gray bar that the steering wheel and all that hooked to, no.
Let's see.
What's that?
Okay. I see.
Clean enough, huh?
All the plastic back in.
Yeah, most of it.
Will any of this stuff go back in or no?
I'm gonna see if I can maybe skeletonize the cross member that was in there. And if that thing can bolt in, then we have all the mounts for all the plastic. I just got done tacking those bars to their floor plates. So I didn't tack them to the bar because I want to pull them back out to weld all around the base plate, just make my job easier. Then I only have a couple welds in the car left to do, you know. And these insides are a lot easier to do out of the car than in the car. And these welds are super easy with a wire feed, so save the easy ones for last. That's my philosophy. I only got like one little thing left to weld, and that's gonna be the mounts for the hardtop. And I've already got the interior fitted most of the way. So I only had to notch the plastic a little bit. I gotta open it up just a little bit more for the seat belts to wrap around that. But other than that, it's gonna be pretty cool. So the plastic's already all notched out and fit for it. Getting ready to make this stuff up. So here's where I'm at with that. I took the old brackets, which are these, and I marked out the holes. And I got 2 plates here, one for each side. I just need to drill these out, make sure they line up with the hardtop mounting spots, and then I can figure out what I'm gonna do from there. I still have some ideas, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. So as I get it figured out, I'll share it. All right, so I got these bolted on here, and what I'm thinking is they'll probably get bent over this direction, so I can put a bolt through and then weld a tab off the roll cage for a bolt to go through and cinch it down tight on the seal. I just finished the welds on the tabs to hold the roof on. That means I am done with the roll cage. So at this point, while they are cooling, I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning the rest of the tubes, prep it to roll on that paint. Well, brush it on, roll it on. I'm gonna brush it. So yeah, so we're gonna brush it on, get this cage looking all nice and dandy. So I'll pull all the interior back out of here real quick, get it painted, let it dry overnight. Super excited to get this done because this one came out pretty awesome. I definitely pushed the envelope of what I could do with the interior and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty cool, and I can't wait till you guys get to see it fully assembled, all tight and clean, not loose and sloppy like I have it at the moment. Well, I got it all vacuumed out, got the interior all back out except for the dash, because I got that bar up there already painted to there on both sides. So yeah, I just got to do a little bit down low to this all back here. We're gonna rub it down with some, you know, Scotch-Brite pad and some lacquer thinner and then some paper towel. Get it all clean, and then we can brush on paint. First coat of paint is all on. It's looking pretty good. Sure, I missed a spot or two. The lighting makes it hard, so tomorrow we'll open the door, look it all over after it dries, look for any spots I missed, touch it up, and then I can send it back over to Jeff.
All right, as you guys saw, Shawn went through this entire thing, got the cage in, and it's hugged super tight to the body and looks super good. Pretty impressed with it all. Shot this gap right through here, got the cage all in. It looks really good. Got the D-bars in there. And it's all ready for the plastics to get reinstalled and head back over to cotter pins now. So, pretty stoked about that. So we made some really good progress. Shawn got a lot done on this little hot rod, and I'm pretty pumped about it. I think the whole thing's turning out really good, and I can't wait to see the drivetrain and electrical get installed next, and then get it on the dyno and see what kind of power we can make. But that'll be for the next episode. We appreciate you guys hanging out and watching. Jump on the Pfispeed.com website and grab yourself a Rehab shirt. It helps get these projects going and everything else happening. So we appreciate you guys watching. Give us a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow.